go-karts, and even fighting each other in bare-knuckle brawls. While they are brothers until the end, no one can deny that there's an intense sibling rivalry between the two. Today we'll look at some of the best examples of this rivalry, from friendly competition to fierce fights to the death. Before we begin, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to keep up to date with all of our videos. Mario Kart. There is nothing more satisfying than a high-speed race, especially when you go to such exotic places like medieval castles and outer space. The Mario Kart franchise has been a staple of Nintendo's lineup for decades, starting with the Super Nintendo. The game is easy to learn, but difficult to master. No matter the skill level, everyone enjoys this game. Well, almost everyone. The player in first place who gets blue-shelled all the way to last place is not gonna have a good time. However, this is also a free-for-all race with the first place position up for grabs. In this game, there are no friends, only enemies. Luigi took this to heart in Mario Kart 8 when the world saw his dark side with the Death Stare. By now, everyone knows about the infamous Luigi Death Stare, where the green plumber will give an icy stare as he drives by another racer after slamming them with a shell. He does it to everyone, but perhaps the most poignant is when Luigi gives the old dagger to his brother Mario. All those years of playing second fiddle to this pint-sized egomaniac of a brother has driven him too far. It's time Mario got his, and he did in Mario Kart 8 when Luigi gave him a look that said enough is enough. Super Smash Bros. Since we're on the subject of taking your frustrations out on your siblings, let's talk about Super Smash Bros. The no-holds-barred, bare-knuckle brawl fest has quickly grown into a competitive gaming phenomenon. First released on the Nintendo 64, Super Smash Bros. Is a wonderful game that asks the important question of, what if all of our favorite Nintendo characters could just beat the living crap out of each other? Well, for almost a decade now, we have had the answer to the question, and the answer is, what a brilliant idea! During the hype surrounding Super Smash Bros. For Wii U, people were speculating who the new characters will be. It was a high point in the community for sure, but we'll be looking specifically at Brawl, the third game in the franchise. Specifically more, we will be looking at Luigi's Final Smash, because to date, it is one of the most bizarre and unique Final Smashes in the franchise. Now, it may not be the best, but we're not talking about its effectiveness. Instead, we want to look at the lore behind it. In the trophy's description, the Negative Zone is a power Luigi developed from living under his brother's shadow. Being overlooked by everyone caused Luigi to make a literal Dark Zone-style attack. Jeez, talk about resentment. Super Mario Bros. The movie. Now, the Super Mario franchise is home to more than just games. In the 90s, Nintendo was far-reaching with its products. It came out with cereals, fruit snacks, and even a few movies. We're sure everyone remembers the colossal failure that was the Super Mario Bros. Movie. While many of you were not alive to see it in theaters, the infamy of this film has permeated the collective Nintendo community and serves as a constant reminder that John Leguizamo is a terrible actor. Or the best actor ever, depending on your opinion. What's even worse is the fact that it was a film where the famous Mario Bros. Weren't actually brothers. As if there wasn't enough wrong with this movie already. The acting was awful along with the plot and effects, but why did they have to make the Mario Bros. Father and son? They may have come together to save the day in the end, but the film has two characters essentially at odds for a good portion of it. We don't need to look very far to understand why this movie bombed, but instead we question the dynamic of the characters in it. Why would you call your movie Super Mario Bros. And not have them be actual brothers? Who are you trying to fool? Super Mario Sunshine. Super Mario Sunshine was a game that treaded off the beaten path. Like the other 3D Mario games, it pushed the envelope of platforming games. Bright, sunny, and full of those amazing water effects. While it may not have received the credit it deserved at the time of launch, Sunshine has gone on to be called one of the best Mario games in the franchise. However, one element of the game appears to be missing. Where is Luigi? You guessed it, in this 3D platformer, Luigi is completely absent. Now, at this point in Nintendo's history, Luigi was an established character and had been featured in a number of games. In this title, Mario and Peach take a vacation to Delfino Island and makes a point to include a few Toads as guests. So let's get one thing straight here. Mario remembers to invite Toads, essentially the servant class of the Mushroom Kingdom, and forgets to invite his own brother? Cold move, Mario. There must have been some bad blood between them for Mario to not invite him. We see Luigi pop up in Super Mario Galaxy, so we can assume whatever bad beef they had was resolved. At least for that moment. Paper Mario. Paper Mario has come a long way in the sense that the franchise has pretty much gotten worse and worse with each installment following the sequel. When people say Paper Mario, they're usually referring to either the original or the Thousand Year Door. In the games, you play as a 2D Mario in an RPG-style adventure to save Peach, who has been kidnapped. Same game, different look. However, in these games, we get a rare glimpse into the Mario Bros. Home life. In the original for the Nintendo 64, we get to see how the brothers live and how they interact. Luigi discovers a letter inviting them to go to the castle, so they both go to the castle. After some dialogue, trouble begins to brew, and Mario, not Luigi, is called into action. He is left in the dust while Mario saves the day once again. Now, this has been a running thing in the Mario franchise, and they even poke fun at it a couple times in the Paper Mario games, but on some level it just comes across as rubbing salt in the wound. We get it. Luigi's the sidekick despite being taller, faster, and a higher jumper. At least he gets to vent his frustrations into his diary that you can actually read in the basement of the house. The Year of Luigi. Coming off of the Luigi hate bandwagon, it looked like for the longest time Nintendo themselves even had it out for the character. While he was created specifically to be Player 2, he has grown into his own character whether they liked it or not. Up until recently, the very company treated Luigi like a second-class citizen. It wasn't until the Year of Luigi that he got the recognition he deserved from Nintendo. For a whole year, we got Luigi-centric and exclusive content, but what does this tell us? It tells us that Mario and Luigi, the Mario Bros, are not made equal. It tells us that Mario has been the favorite when it comes to games. This is no surprise, seeing as how he's the mascot of Nintendo, and we are getting Super Mario Odyssey after all, not Super Luigi Odyssey. This may seem like a stretch, but when you see even the gods of their world favoring Mario over Luigi, you can kind of get why the Green Plumber might be a little salty sometimes. With the way things were going before the Year of Luigi, one would think Nintendo would retcon the entire canon and say, oh, by the way, Mario and Luigi aren't actually brothers. The Thousand-Year Door. We talked about this game briefly in a previous entry, but there is a specific storyline in Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door where Luigi claims to have his own adventure. Seeing his brother go off on another crazy RPG adventure defeating enemies and rescuing Princess Peach may have been a bit too much for the Green Machine to bear, as throughout the game, you will often be able to interact with Luigi in various towns. He'll ramble on about saving Princess Eclair of the Waffle Kingdom. Apparently, this princess is being held captive by the evil Chestnut King, and it's all up to Luigi to save the day. This is a multi-part side story where Luigi will tell you it is a long story, but you absolutely need to hear this super riveting tale about the Waffle Kingdom. He'll prattle on and on, all the while Mario and even his companions will have fallen asleep. You can find him in various places throughout the game to hear the full epic tale. Having to make up an adventure to his brother may seem pathetic, but it shows Luigi's active imagination. As a bonus, this could actually turn out to be a game somewhere down the line. You never know with Nintendo. Super Mario Galaxy. Earlier, we covered how Luigi has never really been a part of the story for the 3D Mario platform games, but Super Mario Galaxy changed things up a bit. While you are whizzing past stars and galaxies, you'll occasionally get a letter from Luigi saying he's found a star. But from the way he words his letters and how he is always getting stuck getting these stars for you, it would kind of wear on your nerves. Now, some of you might think it's sweet and a little bit endearing, but we know some of you would get pretty annoyed and might stop coming to his rescue after the 5th or 6th time he's wrote to you. Soon the stars will not be worth the trouble, and your brother can just wait until you save the princess to be picked up on the way home. Mario Party. Anyone who's played Mario Party can tell you it's the game to end all friendships, along with other popular titles like Risk, Monopoly, and Dota 2. Now, if you feel a bit miffed at your friends for getting the star before you, imagine how it made Luigi feel to have lost to his brother and vice versa. There are 1,000,001 things that can go wrong in a game of Mario Party, and about one way that things can go right. The game is predicated on RNG, and most of the time, it will be left to the will of the Mario Party gods to see if you pass or fail. Throughout all of this, Mario and Luigi are merely players, but your misery in this game is personified with their loss in resources and utter dismay at losing out on another star. Mario Tennis. Throughout this list, we've seen the two go at it either as enemies, rivals, or strangers. In any case, there is no moment more evident of Mario's disdain for Luigi than in the game Mario Tennis. Sure, there are other sports games out there like soccer, basketball, and baseball, which have each gotten their own Mario-themed games, but none of them are on the level of Mario Tennis, which is surprising considering how bland the sport of tennis can really be. However, we're not here to debate the best Mario sports game. We're here to talk about how much Mario and Luigi hate each other. Each character in the game has their own celebration cutscene. When Luigi's on stage to accept his trophy, Mario claps along with him and walks on stage. Everything seems right. Mario's congratulating Luigi for finally winning something and couldn't be happier for his brother, until he stomps on his foot. This guy, am I right? His brother is up there winning an award, and Mario decides it's a great time to stomp on Luigi's foot on stage for the entire world to see. Mario, you are officially the worst brother in gaming. And those were 10 times Mario and Luigi were not the best of friends. What's your favorite Mario and Luigi game? Are there any moments that we missed where the two brothers were not so friendly? Let us know down in the comments. Don't forget to hit subscribe so you can stay up to date with all of the engaging and exciting videos on The Gamer. Thanks for watching.